How's it going, folks? Welcome to a new video. I have to apologize for the way I look. Just got home from work a couple of hours ago, only to get something in the mail that I've been looking forward to getting for quite a while. I actually tried to get one when they had them in stock, but they were sold out, and just didn't have the money to get it. Now I do. My new Sony camera. This is the Sony FX30. This is replacing my Sony a6400 that I had for about 2 years. Now, the reason why I went with the FX30 is because it is Sony's entry-level cinema camera, and this primarily focuses more on video than photo. I don't mind hybrid cameras when it comes to both video and photo, but I really more focus on video because I just love to do video. And my Sony ZV-1 is kind of what I kind of keeping for that purpose for both video and for photo. Now, this is my first Sony cinema lineup camera. It's actually my first kind of camera like this, so I just got this in the mail, so I haven't really had a chance to actually even charge it up. So I wasn't doing an unboxing of it, but if you watch any Sony unboxings, they pretty much all come with the same thing. Now these come with a USB-C cable as well as a wall adapter for you to plug it into wall and charge it up, and beyond that, that's pretty much it. There really isn't anything else that comes with it. Now, just from the looks of it, if you've ever watched a lot of YouTube videos or the reviews on these, they don't really do it justice in terms of how thick this camera is. This is a pretty thick camera, but surprisingly it is a very light camera. Compared to when you look at it in a video, it looks like it's just a really huge, thick camera. But compared to the A6400 that I had, it's just slightly thicker. But this does have a huge grip on it, so you can actually get a nice grip on the camera. So if you're using a huge lens, whether it's the Sigma 60mm or a smaller lens, it doesn't really add a lot of lens to it. And because this is an APS-C centered camera, any lenses that you are using with your A64, 66, or 6500, or pretty much any of the A6000 lineups will work on this, which is why I went with the FX30 and didn't go with the Sony A7C, because that's Sony's entry-level full-frame camera, and since all I had were an APS-C centered camera, didn't really want to go investing in different lenses for a different system, then running around with two different lenses. I kind of want to keep them all together, and so I went with the FX30. And price-wise, it was about the same as the A7C, which is $1,800, and this is $1,800, but this is more of a full-fledged cinema camera, whereas again the A7C is more of a hybrid, where it does both video and photos. You know, there's something you're into, that's perfectly fine, but for me, I really wanted something that was video. So it has the familiar articulating screen, which is actually kind of cool, because for those who are solo content creators like myself, when you're doing your videos, you know, you can see yourself in field of view, so you can see if your ISO is correct, if all your settings are correct, and you can correct those before you even hit record. And the fact that this is a touch screen, it makes it that much more easier to do. Now, obviously, these are going to be your buttons right there. These are your quarter threads, so you can use those if you buy the XLR or the XL handle version of this. That's what those screws are for. Or you can use any number of cages that are out there. I believe the FX3 cages will also work with the FX30. I believe they're the same size. So when you're looking like the small rigs or the Ulanzis or the Tiltas, I believe that they should actually still work with the FX30. I've watched a few videos myself and been looking and thinking about getting a cage. So when it comes to the cages, from what I understand, the FX3 cages will work the same as the FX30 because it's basically the same body. So in terms of connections and features, this is pretty much most of your cinema connections right there. You got your record button there. Not really sure what that button does yet. You have your ISO and your white balance, and then you have your cold shoe right there. And then on the front of the camera, you have also a record button right there. So that's actually kind of cool. And then on the bottom, you have your quarter thread plug-in, and then obviously that is where your battery goes. You simply just like that, and that's where the battery goes, and then that's it. Now on the sides, both the left and the right, it's a little bit different. So in the right side right here, that is your camera, that is your SD slot. Simply just slide down, pull out, and then open. Now there is a 4-card slot in this, so you can run multiple SD cards in this if you wanted to. You can run 2 SDs and 2 compact flashes, and you can use each slot for something different, which is what I plan on doing myself. I do plan on running 1 SD card for video and 1 for photo. So if I'm just doing photos and I don't need to do videos, then I can just primarily just shoot all my photos and store it on that. And if I want to do videos, then I can do it on the other one. And then when it comes to taking out the SD cards and kind of looking at what I want, I have 2 separate cards to do that, which is actually kind of cool. Now, I will not be doing, I will not be using the compact flash SD cards. They're a little bit out of my price range, and I'm not really doing any type of commercial work for that. But the fact that you do have that ability to do that is actually kind of cool. Now, on the back side, you obviously have your mode button right there, and then you have your menu button right there, and this is your power button right there, as well as this is your selector button right there, and then this is primarily all focused on cinema video. As you can see, just all video right there. It's actually kind of cool. It's more of a video focused camera, which is what I love. And again, top right here, that's going to be your camera shutter button. So that is what you're going to use to take photos. And if you have a lens that has zoom capabilities, that is your zoom in, zoom out, which is actually kind of cool. And then that little red dot right there, that is going to be your record light. So when you tap record, that comes on. Aside from that, on the opposite side, which is actually kind of cool, and it's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to seeing if you own an APS-C centered camera. So this right here, that is going to be your HDMI slot, or I'm sorry, your HDMI connection. So as you can see, that is actually a full-size HDMI. That is not a micro HDMI. So for those of you that have APS-C centered cameras, know that when it comes to connecting these and want to do live videos, it's simply a micro USB, or I'm sorry, a micro HDMI to HDMI. This now takes a full HDMI slot, or full HDMI cord, as you can see right there. And the beauty about this one, unlike the ZV-1 lineup as well as the A64 or the A6000 lineups, the doors just simply just open and close. No more having to dig your finger into the plastic and having to pull it out. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And then you have 2 more doors right here, and so we're going to pop those open really quick. So on the bottom, that is going to be your micro USB connection, and then in the middle there, that is going to be your USB-C. That is what you're going to use to charge the camera via USB-C cord, as well as via USB-C to power adapter and plug it into wall. You're going to charge it that way. And then on the top here, these are going to be your microphone input. So the top one is going to be for plugging in any type of external audio, such as a wireless mic or a shotgun mic or anything like that. And then that is going to be for your headphone if you wish to want to monitor your audio. I've never really done that myself personally, so I don't think I'll ever use it, but that is what that is for. And beyond that, one more feature is on the side right here, on the side of the window, that little piece right there, those little slots, that is actually an exhaust. So these are little exhaust ports, so if it does tend to get hot, it blows all that hot air out so that it keeps the temperature of the camera pretty cool. Other than that, that's pretty much all that I have for today. Now, I will be testing out the video capabilities of this. And again, this will be a learning curve for me because I've never really used a cinema lineup camera like this before. So you have to bear in mind with me, I will be posting some videos sometime, a few videos at a time on this camera. But for now, I'm going to probably test out the camera with the 11mm f1.8. I want to see what I can get in terms of vlogging with this, and then I'll later with the Sigma 60mm, and this will be my main AOO camera, and my Sony ZV-1 will be my B-roll camera. Otherwise, stay tuned for that. So that's all that I got for the day, and I want to thank everybody for watching. And again, my name is Black Appeal of the Apple God. If this video was helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell notification, that way you don't miss content when I drop it, and I will see you guys in the next video.